Jason's here, going to have a talk to Stan a little bit later on, and also Monkey as well, so have a bit of a chat with them. Peter Hellier is, I'm not sure the PT yet, but he's going to entertain us a little bit later on. Put to come forward and just say a few words and get officially the night underway. There you go, mate.
On behalf of the Past Players Board, a really warm, big welcome to the 67th annual dinner for former Collingwood players. It's one exciting time for Collingwood, deep in September action, to be celebrating this amazing tradition. It's for every player who's pulled on the black and white. Since 1892, only 1,236 players have pulled on the black and white Guernsey and represent. On a sadder note, it's a fact of life that an organisation that's been going 126 years, you're going to lose members along the way. And since last year, if we could just take a few moments to reflect on the players of the past. John Elder, Laurie Reimer, Les Thompson, Jason Bevan, Tony Beers and Russell Jessup, who were both very well known to us. So very sad that those boys have passed. Collingwood Past Players, there's only two things we're trying to do. One, create opportunities for everyone to stay connected, to enjoy the company of their mates and have a feeling and stay connected with the Collingwood Football Club. We don't overdo it. We have 3 functions a year, so we're not trying to save the world, but it's really important to stay connected. The second thing and most important is that we're raising, tonight's not a fundraiser, but we do have a function during the year where we're trying to raise money for the Murray Wiedemann Past Player Welfare Fund to assist past players in there. So if you hear of anyone, we've got a bit of money in the bank. If you hear of people who are in strife, who need some help, please, it's all, we'll keep it confidential if need be. We're there to help. Membership, keep your membership up. Mark Lawson, I think we're at 189, 191 members at the moment. How many? 200. Okay, we've made 200, which is fantastic. Look, really, keep your membership up. It's a bit embarrassing if you're not a member and then you say, can you help me with this, can you help me with that? So it's $30 a year, so please keep your membership up. And this year we're really lucky to have some sponsors who got on board early. From this function last year we were talking, so I'd really like to thank John Kennedy and the London Tavern Hotel, and David Batchelor with his business Tripolymers. Been fantastic to get on board early and help us, got us off to a great start, so thank you very much for your support. We've got a great group of loyal game day sponsors, so Paul Stowe from Stowe's Waste, Vince Dorona, Graham Watson, Bob Ward, Bev Benias, Mark Mitchell, and Desi and Ben Luckman, who have been long time supporters, so thank you guys for your we've got Phil Chambers, who's a long-time supporter of the Collingwood Football Club. Phil's donated a lot of the auction prizes tonight through his business Largo events. We've got Nick Theodosi's always generous with his support. We've got Nick's donated an auction prize tonight. Thank you very much, Nick. Ken Taylor from the living room in Templestowe, again generous with his auction items. We've got the ongoing support from the Dolly Greys, thank you very much ladies, and the Woodsmen, really great, appreciate it, thank you. Michael Roberts and Peter Marshall from the archive, who look after all the archives. They always attend and do great presentations for us, but thank you very much guys. Cameron Doyle, that jumper presentation was sensational, and Doyley did that. It took a lot of time out of his day to get that set up, so thank you, Cameron.
Right. How many games you play, Doyley?
6.
Right, so not a lot. But you have the best collection of Collingwood memorabilia, I would say, in the country, yeah?
Oh, I don't know about that, but yeah, I do collect a lot of stuff, Brian, so I'm a bit mad and it's a bit embarrassing, but I do collect game worn jumpers, and with the past players were gracious enough to say, let's put some on display. So
is that Monkey's original jumper number 1 over there?
It is, that one is, yeah. So, and the shorts are as well.
Get into those, Monkey.
So maybe we can get him dressed and he can hop around the room.
Have a chat to Wayne Richardson over here, because he was very late arriving and then wanted to talk to everyone. And stand up please, Richard. Where are you? Down at Sorrento or somewhere?
Sorrento, yes.
And is it going nicely down there?
Well, it was until last Sunday afternoon, and they won by a point of points after the siren.
So are you on the board or something down there, or what's your connection?
No, Eddie runs everything down there.
Right.
Surrender.
Yeah.
No, I'm a supporter, and I pay my $500 a year on the shark bike.
Who coaches them these days?
Luke Tapscott, isn't it?
Yep, that'd be good. Thank you, Richo. Well done. Very nice. You got something else? Yes. Okay.
No, I'll show you a bit later.
All right. Let's change that. Peter McKenna, welcome to you, Pete. What's going on with the great Peter McKenna? What are you doing these days, Pete?
Full-time grandfather.
Full-time grandfather. How many grandchildren?
2 boys, 4 and 6, and the 6-year-old barracks for Essendon. I'm taking him to grandfather, and he said, Granddad, he said, I'll wear a Collingwood scarf for you on Grand Final.
Oh, that's very nice.
Now, can I tell that story, please?
No.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. It is about you. In 1972, on my honeymoon,
The short version.
the short version, I'll make it quick. On my honeymoon over in Fiji, I met these
I'll hold the mic. You just talk.
2 beautiful people I met at the bar, Max and Elaine. And they're 2 little girls, beautiful little girls, who sat on my knee at one stage, and Mum and Dad said, "You got
Bit of Rolf Harris about him.
correct." Anyway, what happened was, Max and Elaine said to me, "Got any advice for my little daughters, Peter?" I said, "Yes. I've been around football a while. Please, girls, don't ever marry a footballer." Well, one of the little girls, Tanya, married Brian Taylor. Thank you, Peter.
Just let you know for next year, I'm chasing a particular person that sings a song. It's called Horses. And I'm going to do my damnedest to get in here next year at the end of the year, so stay tuned.
Oh, well, that'll be one of the bigger gigs he's done here. Michael Roberts, as distinct from Cameron Doyle over here, who collects memorabilia, Michael writes about all of you people in this room. He's the historian for the Collingwood Football Club, and has written just about every book on Collingwood over the last, 20, 30 years?
25, 26 was the first book, yes, I've written about 12 in that time.
What's the most recent book on Collingwood?
The 125 greatest players we did for the 125th last year.
What's the hardest thing about writing about these guys and seeking information?
There's nothing hard about writing about these guys. The hardest part is to stop. And any bloke who's played at one game for Collingwood, we want to chronicle and celebrate their careers.
Pete Stackpole, please, sorry for me missing you, Pete. Put your hands together for the great Pete Stackpole. Great to see you, Stanley. You're looking fit. I'd be really interested in your thoughts on the cricket. We're about to see a new network take over. You worked with the one that had the cricket for years and years and years. What do you make of it all?
One of the rules I made myself about 4 or 5 years ago when I gave all the writing and away, I never make comments about when you come with someone dies, and I haven't done that.
Well, it's great to see you. Look absolutely fantastic. Thanks for coming along. It's a great name of Collingwood football. Dakes is just here. He is 57 years of age today. Dakes, congratulations. Happy birthday. Put your hands together for Loretta as well. He's done a great job organising tonight. Happy birthday, Dakes. He played 205. He was, of course, a premiership player in 1990. He's got 4 sons as well. Put your hands together and welcome Damian Monkhorst. Joining Monkey is the 64-year-old Stan Magro, of course, who debuted in 1977. 221 games between South Fremantle, Collingwood and East Perth. Obviously coached all of those clubs as well, with the exception of Collingwood. One of the best tacklers ever, played in a lot of grand finals. He's just an absolute favourite when he comes to your favourite Collingwood players. And I speak of Stan Magro. Put your hands together. Welcome, Stan. Great to have you here, Stan. Monkey, first of all, how's you've been there, what, 10 years at Hawthorn doing that ruck coaching stuff?
Yeah, not quite. Went there in the start of 2010.
Right.
So, yeah, 2009 pre-season went there.
That's just a part-time thing for you, because as I mentioned before, you're a plumber, so...
Yeah, gets me into the office.
Yeah.
Keeps me away from the missus.
Yeah.
So I'll do anything I can to go away from there. It's enjoyable, it's a great environment, and my job is just to fuck around, really. That's my job. That's my job description.
And the plumbing side of things, heavy into the commercial side of plumbing?
Yeah, we do a lot of projects sort of around Melbourne, and yeah, got a gang of guys running around doing their bits and pieces. We treat them a bit like a footy club, and they all chip in and have a crack at it, so yeah, going alright.
What are you doing these days, Stan?
I'm working for a roofing company, but when I say this, Brian, I want to apologise. A lot of the young guys, we played so long ago that wouldn't remember what's going on, but a few of my mates didn't recognise me here tonight because I've got glasses on. I think Tom brought a certain amount of discipline to the club and changed the way we prepared and things like that. And when I say this, a lot of you guys might not understand this, but when you come from interstate and to have the journey that I've had through footy, I could never replay this footy club for what it's given me and my life and my wife and my kids, and I'm indebted to the football club. I'm grateful for being here tonight. I want to say in 1977, the first year I played here, I was thankful to be with such a good side. You know, we had Peter Moore, who won Brownlow medals, Len Thompson, Max and Wayne Richardson, Ross Dunn, Renee Kink, Phil Carman, who played, Billy Pickett, who was a centre half back, Ray Shaw, Ronnie Wearmouth, Ricky Barham, who's a young player, who's an absolute star.
Debuted on the same day as you, Stan?
Yes, he did, and I think I haven't got a regret. I don't get depressed about it at all. But sometimes the grand final day, you get a little bit sad that we didn't share the ultimate glory. We drew and we were 27 points in front, and probably should have won, but and then lost the replay. But that was a fantastic footy team, and the best that I ever played in. And very thankful that I came over and met these guys and been a part of their life as well.
Do you remember much about that first game in '77, debuting the same day as Rick, as you mentioned before? And I think it was Colin Beard, a former South Fremantle player that you would have got tied up with over there from a previous life, said to you something about your first game. Do you remember what he said?
Yeah, I do, fairly vividly. He was a Richmond player, Brian, who played in the premiership side. He played under Tommy and coached myself at South Fremantle. He said when he knew I was going to come over to play for Collingwood, he said, look, you've got to do something spectacular when you're in your first game. You've got to let them know that you're here for, for real and here for keeps. I waited 9 games to get a chance, and I remember this is a good story. I went to the Anzac Day game. This is before the Essendon Collingwood games. We played Richmond, and there was 93,000 people there, and I can remember being a bit nervous about the game because you think, shit, I wouldn't want to make a mistake in front of so many people. And when you come from Western Australia, it's a bit different, the environment.
You don't have a lot of people over there.
No, you don't. But in this particular game, Collingwood were going okay, and after half time, I can remember Len Thompson leapt up and tapped the ball down, and Kevin Sheedy sharked the tap, and there was no centre square then, but he charged away from the congestion and drove the ball into the forward line, and Peter Moore rose up above the full back and took a mark and kicked a goal. Kevin Sheedy kicked the fucking wrong way. I thought, there's room even for a little wog mask over here now. But, so I was pretty happy about that he made that mistake. But
so your first game, and what did Colin say?
Well, I'm trying to elude what happened, but Colin said, you've got to do something special, and I was brought into the side straight away, and a good side, and I was a bit humbled by it all, and I started in the forward pocket, and Ronnie Wearmouth wouldn't change, and I kept putting my hand up,
and he wouldn't look at me, and I was going like this to go under the ball. But he just kept looking at the ground, and Fitzroy kicked a couple of goals. This was at the Junction Oval. Anyway, I sort of went back to the forward pocket, and, you know, when you're a kid you kick the stones a bit, saying, a bit shitty that I can't get on and have a crack at this. I said to myself, well, when they bounce this ball down, I'm just going on the ball. I'm just charging from the forward pocket. This is in my mind. I'm going up the ground, I'm going to get in the action. Well, we won the ball out of the centre. It got kicked down to the forward line, and Harvey Merrigan, who was a state full back, won the ball, and he come out of the pack, out the back door, and I was actually coming the other way, and I ran through him and knocked him out and stood on the mark. And Ricky always just says to me, he said, I'm not sure I'm ready for this game.
I think Ricky said this game doesn't suit me, does it?
But mind you, Rick was a pretty good player himself.
Yeah, he was. Hey, Monkey, what's the greatest memory out of being a part-time professional footballer? What do you remember of it all? It was all a bit of a haze for you?
Yeah, you probably know, Brian, that my start of my football career was a bit. I wasn't quite dedicated enough, was I, Burnsy? I had a deja moment this evening. I was stuck on the Monash and I had to ring Burnsy to say I'm running late.
This is in the 19s?
Yeah, in the 19s. I used to ring Burnsy every night at training and say I can't make it, and you could hear the Warrior Alec pub in the background. But, so I rang him tonight, I said, geez, same thing's happening. But, oh mate, I played the game because I just love the game. I ended up playing 200 odd games more at Warrior Alec after I finished playing AFL.
Did you really? You played 200 after you finished?
Yeah, 220 or something like that. Wow. So I just love the game, and I love teaching young blokes how to.
Stan, you follow the game closely still, or you're sort of a little bit distant, or how?
We're a bit distant. I mean, my second side's Fremantle, obviously, because I was born there and grew up there. I'm still a massive Collingwood person, and love the transition that they've gone through over the last 18 months. It's a fantastic game. I often wonder, you know, that these young guys, they're running so far and they're bashing their bodies, that their life in footy in terms of how many years they can keep at that level is pretty tough, because there needs to be something done about it, in my opinion. I think that the quarters are too long for what they're doing. It far outweighs what we did in our time. When you see a good game, gee, it's bloody great. And these guys, they don't have much time to make a decision with their skills, and not only are they executing with limited time, they're worn out. It's like doing 10 400s and then trying to make a quick decision and execute with skill. So I admire them. I love the game.
Who's the one you like to watch the most?
I've enjoyed watching Dusty Martin and Dangerfield. I think Pendlebury's always been a superb player who has the poise and the aptitude to be able to work his way through what other people would perceive as pressure. I think we had it a little bit in '77 that we were very close. We used to go to everyone's house after a game and we played for each other in a way that was selfless. And I think the Bulldogs proved that 2 years ago. Richmond have again.
Melbourne are great at it this year.
Yeah, and I think Collingwood are too. I think they play for bucks and they play for each other. They have a real genuine passion to play the game in the right way. They're courageous. And overall, the game's in good shape.
I mean, I know you enjoyed the company of Shorey and all these guys, and Tuddy and all these guys that were tonight, but was it a Mick Maguire? Who was the one that really caught your fancy and you really enjoyed the company of in your time at Collingwood?
I was probably a social butterfly between all of them, but Richo was probably...
Alan Richardson?
Yeah, well, during the loss of licence a couple of times, he was my driver.
Yeah.
So we got to know each other pretty well there.
Yeah, that's a matter of interest. How many times did you do that?
No, only twice. Yeah. In that time, yeah. Yeah, I had to catch a train not long ago. I don't fit in with the local community, I can tell you, on trains. I just don't fit in. So, but yeah, I was a social butterfly between everyone, really. So, between Shorey, I was working at Shorey's joint and he wasn't paying me, and I was mucking around with dates and going out with you blokes.
Because there were a group of you guys that came through from the 19s, weren't there?
Yeah.
Was about 7 or 8 guys that ultimately went all the way?
Yeah, Brownie, Capasiska. Yeah, so there's a group of guys that came through. Righty sort of started at the same time I started as well, so we've been pretty close all the way through, and he's at the Hawks, so but again, so it was a pretty close environment, I reckon, during those 90s.
It certainly was.
Late 80s, early 90s.
I reckon camaraderie was one of the main reasons why you guys won it, because you had an incredible camaraderie togetherness at that time.
In 90 you're talking about? Yeah, well we all did. We're all part of it, and the whole club was involved in that, and just the periphery people that were involved were very important for the whole environment as well, you know, the blokes that were...
It's Tony Shaw.
Can I ask...
Last 2 questions. Gerald Betts and Tony Shaw.
Can I ask Monkey, when he puts a water pipe over your food pantry...
Oh yeah, so when Monkey's installing a water pipe over your food pantry...
Does he now weld both sides of the pipe?
Does he weld both sides of the pipe together?
So it doesn't turn your food pantry
So it
into a
doesn't
fucking
turn
shower.
your food pantry into a shower.
So what actually happens is when you're trying to work, you got Shorey chewing at your ankles, alright, and trying to feed you all the time and making you fat, you lose concentration, you might miss a weld, and then the water sprays into the kitchen. And he cries for 30 years after it.
Oh yeah, can you imagine? He wouldn't have played.
You wheat bix.
Gerald Betts,
I played in the West, sort of.
you played in the West about the same time?
I'm just wondering who Stan thinks is the greatest Indigenous player.
Yeah, who's the greatest Indigenous player you've seen of all time?
Stephen Michaels. And I think Graham Farmer and Stephen Michaels. Graham was a great player for Geelong, and he actually played better when he went back to WA and coached West Perth. It was fantastic.
Can you please put your hands together for Damian Monkhorst and Stan Magro, 2 of our great players at Collingwood, great characters. Enjoy your meal. Peter Hellier, thanks Monkey. The game has been played tomorrow night. It's the first time since '73 that these 2 sides have played in a prelim final. And just happened to have the footy record here from that last prelim final in 1973. Happened to be Rene King's debut game. Kingy, I'm not sure whether you're aware that he debuted in a prelim final at age 16, I reckon. Bit of a man-child, but anyway, he did. So 1973 prelim final, Collingwood, and there may be a few of these names here, so if you are, could you please stand? So Wayne Richardson is here, Len Thompson, of course Barry Price, Bissett, Weirmouth, Rod Oborne, Jenkin, Hurd, Atkinson, Richardson, Cranich, see Paul here, Clifton, Salmon, Dean, O'Callaghan, Manasseh, Adamson, Gott, Holmes, Kink were the players that played in the last prelim final to feature Richmond and Collingwood. So well done to those guys. I also see in that same footy record, yes. Please put your hands together. Well, this guy's a mad Collingwood supporter. He just loves the Magpies, there's no doubt about it. He bleeds Magpies, he goes to all of the games, all of the functions. He just absolutely loves the Magpies. Put your hands together and welcome the great Peter Hellier.
Thank you, BT. Fantastic to be here. And I've got to say, some gigs are different than others. Rene King asked me about a year ago to do this gig, and I had no choice. I said, yeah, probably. I do love sport. The thing we love about sport is it's triumph and tragedy that goes hand in hand. That's what we love about it. And sometimes it's triumph, sometimes it's tragedy. We saw like triumph and tragedy tonight. Melbourne selection. Young bloke, Bailey Frisch, played 23 games all year, gets dropped for Joel Smith who's played 7 games. That's happened just over here. You know, we saw, my favourite triumph turned into tragedy really quickly was when the Australian swimmers at 4x100 relay, the women, they won like the gold medal and then they were disqualified. Minutes later. Do you remember why they got disqualified? Why? They jumped in the pool. They jumped in the pool. Of course they jumped in the pool. They're Aussies. They just won a gold medal. They said, let's do bombs. And they jumped in. I don't care Because what they said was, oh, well, the race wasn't finished. The race wasn't finished. You gotta wait until the race is finished. That's bullshit. For me, once first, second and third is decided, they should just drain the pool. Because I would watch that. I would actually watch. I think we all would stay tuned for, like, you know, Germany back in fifth spot, just kind of swimming still. Just. There is the bottom. Okay, I will walk. I put on a bit of weight recently. I've been diagnosed, trying to raise some awareness. I am a amnesic bulimic. What that means is I stuff my face full of food and then I just forget to throw it up. It's quite a serious condition. It really is. Last year's grand final was a good example. I was at my best mate's house watching Richmond versus Adelaide, and it's just before three-quarter time. Tigers are making their move. Obviously the Pies aren't playing, but I'm interested because I love footy. And I'm there, and there's a couple of guys I hadn't really met. A guy called Casey comes up to me. Apparently he's a big fan of the project. Comes up to me just before three-quarter time. 3 or 4 minutes before three-quarter time. This is what he says. So Pete, I wouldn't mind getting your views on assisted dying. Did you hear what I just said? My views, assisted dying during the AFL Grand Final. I said, mate, wait for three-quarter time, I'll fucking help you out. But I'm going to leave you on this, ladies and gentlemen, so we can enjoy the rest of our night and get to the footy tomorrow. I have 3 boys. And the thing that I enjoy most, but the thing that I hate the most about what I do, is I try to give them too much advice. I try to see advice and wisdom in everything. And recently I was out in my backyard and I saw a bird's nest in our backyard. I saw a bird's nest. And I looked up at the tree, ladies and gentlemen. I looked up at the tree and I was like, wow, it's an amazing bird's nest. And I yelled out to my son, my oldest son, he was 15 at the time, Liam, come out here. Liam makes his way out. It's a bird's nest, a stupid bird's nest. I said, mate, it's not stupid. I want you to look at it. I want you to see the structural integrity that's gone into that bird's nest, the twigs and the twine and the way they interact with each other. It's a really the structural engineering that's gone into it, to build that really solid foundation for that bird and for that bird's family. I want you to look at it. I want you to learn from it, because that's all you'll be able to fucking afford. Ladies and gentlemen, go to the Pies. Let's have a win tomorrow night and we'll see you again. Thank you very much.
A quick mention to our 2 fantastic sponsors of the Past Players. We're trying to get a few things happening with our Past Players. We're trying to generate some more income so we can throw some more money back into resources to look after our Past Players. There's going to be a bit of a push over the next little while, so we're trying to raise some sponsorship. So the 2 sponsors who jumped on board this year, David Batchelor and John Kennedy, via the London Tavern. Can both of you please stand up and a round of applause to both of you, please. Thank you. Up you get, boys. Thank you. Thanks, PT.
All right, thank you, Tully. Special thanks to Peter Hellier, to Damian, Monkhorst, and to Stan Magro for coming and giving us their time tonight. We really appreciate that. Put your hands together and thank them. Loretta and Paul and Nicky Irwin, who will do a great job with the whole Past Players team. Thank you very much to all of them. Most importantly, thank you to you. Now, the reason we finished really early is so it gives you plenty of time to talk and reacquaint yourself with people in the room. So go your hardest from now on. There are no more official proceedings from up here, and please enjoy the company of those around you. Thanks a lot.